Vichi's like,
right
we're just gonna ban someone that doesn't need help and can secure the laning stage because your lineup already looks quite a bit greedy.
Yeah, I think with Vici, just focus on what you need to complete your draft. Maybe, like you say, ban an annoying hero that could perhaps screw up your plan, but don't worry too much about what weird stuff EG's doing right now with their lanes and heroes.
So it is a 1-0 advantage, guys, for Vici Gaming. This is the former Vici Gaming Reborn lineup. They have been promoted to Vici Gaming Original, Vici Gaming Classic, after their performance over the past 6 months or so. And
wouldn't you want to be Vici Gaming, the Jeremy Lin team, Vici Gaming J? Like that's like the cool team to be on, right?
Is it?
That's all. Jeremy Lin endorsed one of the Vici Gaming teams. I don't know.
What does that mean? Did he actually invest in the team, or like he gave them all high fives? Like he sent them signed photos of himself?
I think it's all a publicity thing where it's like I think it's the latter. He gave them all high fives, and then now they can use his name to be like, this is the Jeremy Lin esports team. But I don't think. I mean, I don't know. This is just speculation, but I don't think he's actually that involved with the team. Unlike some of the some of the players in America who actually invested and have their own organizations. This is, I think, a bit different.
Well, EG, they're not thinking about Jeremy Lin right now. They're thinking about how to force a game 3. They ban out the Naga, and they will proceed into their final pick. 3 melee heroes already. They're very level dependent. They don't really need that much farm gods, but they need a lot of levels already, this lineup. Yeah. And it's a Slark, so it's a support. It is a jungle Beastmaster support Omni Knight. What is this draft?
Probably. Most likely, that sounds manageable. You could do the Sand King support. That's also feasible, but I mean, the nice thing is for the safe lane, you've got a Razor who's a range hero, so having a Sand King there roaming around could be kind of annoying to deal with, but not entirely sure what they're doing. This is very open. The Slark Omni Knight lane, at least you've got to pounce in to set up for the heal bomb, so that's not the weakest of lanes.
And it could be against a Bat Rider if it's an off-lane Bat, which is normally what you would assume with VG having Yang, who has an immaculate Bat. But do you think there's like a chance they just run a mid-Bat for Ghost, put something else off-lane? Maybe a Void?
Very possible. They don't want to do the mid-jug anymore with the Razor picked up, so...
Because it seems to me like they want that like Slark versus Bat matchup, and I feel like Vici have to recognize that. It's not like a big special tactic or anything.
I think Bat matches up pretty poorly against Razor as well, so they may be more inclined to pick like a standard mid-hero that can sit back last hit.
Okay.
Puck. The Quap, maybe, you know? His most played hero.
Anti-mage.
Okay, so it is the mid-jug for Ghost.
Yeah, mid-jug and safe lane anti-mage. So he's just going to Blade Fury down creep waves and try shrug off the damage seal, I guess.
And he will be laning against a Sumail Razor, so not the most fun matchup generally for Jug.
Yeah, it's tough. Once you get a few levels, you can Blade Fury to farm, but even when you're Blade Fury, Sumail can still time the denies, so...
Do you like this anti-mage pick?
Yeah, it's a good anti-mage game. There's no... Slack doesn't match up great against the hero. The one hero they have that's quite good is the Beastmaster against anti-mage with the Raw plus Necrobooks to lock him down. You have got to follow up some of the Sand King, but physical damage-wise, EG take quite a bit of items on Slack and or Razor to actually deal with an anti-mage, and their catch is limited mostly to the Beastmaster, so it's pretty good for him to be split pushing around and being annoying.
Guys, of course, a reminder here for those who want to check out the other match, OG versus IG Vitality, currently underway on Beyond the Summit 2. New OG roster getting their sea legs under them here in MDL action. EG looking to get theirs under them, as FY will scout out Zai. Again with the smoke, they're scouting out these EG wards. This is going to be 2 games in a row they get the D-ward gods.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, that's a big takeaway if you're EG. You go back and watch these replays, and you realize they probably didn't even see the game on replay. You don't have much time between games, and to see that the smoke TP scouts out their ward placement.
Well, I think he saw it.
No, the sentries are
on FY.
They don't have sentries. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's waiting to see if anyone else is in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
there's the D-ward. FY like fighting Ghost for the wards. Pump fake, pump fake.
That's like that's a bounty room basically for your mid player to get that ward money. So it's the faster bottle, you know. So definitely worth giving it to Ghost.
Yeah, and in a disadvantaged matchup, it's one where you give him that, you give him a bounty rune, maybe you even deny the Razor, and could be in great shape.
Maybe even rushes boots just so you get out of the static link. But like in the staff of VG Gaming once again, and they should have pretty stable lane. So it will be a support Sand King. We're questioning who, what are these drafts going to be? Crit is on the support Omni Knight, which means Universe playing the off lane / Iron Talon jungling Beastmaster, but a core Beastmaster.
What do you think about support Sand King nowadays? We used to see that very passive, you know, stack the jungle, get your level 3, just level up Sandstorm and go clear the jungle at that point. He has started Windlace here. Are you expecting that just very passive style of Sand King? Is there a better way to play him, given the hero matchup, given the state of the game nowadays?
He wants to impose himself on his lanes. The problem is mid-jug is not a hero you can gank because of the Blade Fury. The top lane's an anti-mage. The only real gankable lane is this bottom lane where the Bat Rider is. So he's very limited as far as lanes he can actually threaten. Right now he's just going to hover around this bottom lane, but more likely he's just going to have to stack full and play the farm game because there's no lane where he can actually really pose a big threat.
So you see anti-mage getting complete free farm. Of course the trade is a very fast jungle performance from Universe, undoubtedly. Crit looking to deal with FY, who wanted to be a nuisance in the woods. So that will be prevented. Iron Talon already picked up. So free farm AM, AFK jungle Beastmaster, Zai trying to do the zoning thing bottom. Razor with a pretty good matchup against the Jug. Both teams trying to give a bit of help to that mid lane early. Do you prefer either team's lanes, Gods?
We'll slightly prefer what VG, as far as what VG Gaming is getting out of lanes, just because it's a free farming anti-mage. He's got an empty lane. I guess Beastmaster with the jungle is a similar story. Yang at bottom getting pressured quite a lot, but they can't even get this kill with 3 heroes, and Yang is already level 2.5.
And that frees up FY, who is going to start to be pesky here in the jungle.
He was trying to do that earlier when Crit found him, but this is the beauty of this boots first, is even if you get found, they can't kill you, I want to say. Maybe with some sick body blocks here, but FY with boots.
No degen, no mana for follow burrow, so they do have to let him go.
This is one support keeping 2 supports busy, so the trade-off there is easily worth it. Universe even lost a bit of his farm and XP from having the Rubik there as well, so all in all, very annoying stuff coming out from FY.
And they are definitely winning here when it comes to CS. End is already doubling up the cores of EG. And the Bat Rider bottom has worked out pretty well. He's forced 3 heroes to the lane. He's slowed down Arteezy's farm, who's significantly behind the enemy anti-mage. The one lane they're slightly winning is mid, but Ghost is still CSing here, God, so things are looking really good for VG Gaming thus far. They are already up 750 gold, about 500 experience against a jungle Beastmaster. Used to be whenever you'd see the jungle Beastmaster, it was like the old Enigma, where it's like, alright, they're going to be up like 1,000 plus experience in a couple of minutes, but not the case so far.
They recognize the weak lanes, they're going to be going for the kill on the mid-Razor here. They smoke up. Rubik after suiciding TP's top, smokes up, and the lift with Blade Fury should be enough for a kill here.
And the spin goes through. Sumail's doing a lot of damage, but he gets pulled back towards the Oracle. The Blade Fury gets it done, and Ghost will collect his first blood and walk safely away. So, true to form, FY, he's known for his early roaming, even though we see it a bit less nowadays. He is certainly known for not being afraid to smoke gank, and was managed to secure first blood. Sumail got a little early help from the Omni, but left to his own will now pay.
But, I mean, FY is one of those players who just always finds a way to get involved early. Pressuring the jungle, now he's mid, getting a first blood for his team.
Looking for Yang bottom, though. That would be a big pick off. EG are going to secure it at the same time, though. The trade comes top as VG Gaming bring down Universe on the Beastmaster, so no good deed going unpunished here. They still manage for Yang bottom, though. That would be a big pick off. EG are going to secure it at the same time, keeping relatively even with the AM, all things considered. He's no longer being doubled up anyway. But already you can see VG are going to look to play the economy game later on. They are stacking Ancients. They don't really mind if they give up a kill here or there on the bat. They feel like they can just out-farm EG a bit later on. As FY, I think, just killed the Courier.
Was that the boar? There was a boar over in that area. I don't know.
Where did it die?
Oh, sorry, that was Universe. Oh, it was the Radiant Courier that died, not the Dire one. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was FY who killed it off. They're now looking to make a move on Sumail in the mid lane. They lift him up, they get the crit, and that will prompt the Blade Fury. FY letting the zap go. Sumail, he does have the Fairy Fire, and he will make it out, but they cancel that salve. Vici Gaming successfully punishing him and really making this mid lane difficult. Razor down 800 net worth right now to the enemy Juggernaut. And that largely the first blood.
Yeah, that's one of those ganks where it was basically, the outcome was basically just as good as getting the kill, because he has to walk all the way back to base, heal up, buy a TP or buy a salve, and then come back to lane. So the outcome is Jug gets some farm, perhaps slightly less, but it's still a very good outcome. Gosh, Zai is playing so close here. The top lane, trying to juke the anti-mage, and it looks like he'll barely do so. A bit of a greedy build from End, where he's got more points in stats, means he won't find that kill.
So it looks like the Kerr actually, I think it died top, so maybe AM just blinked and killed it.
Gotcha.
I had to rebind my hotkey because they added the new feature where you can press any button to select a hero. But yeah, Vici Gaming, Ghost now bottling up the regen rune. He is closing in on Omni Slash, and this is the one situation where you can maybe get a kill on a Razor where you normally wouldn't be able to, is when you first get that Omni. But bottom, there's the lift onto Arteezy. He does have his ultimate ready now, but forcing it out would be pretty big. Not even going to be able to do that, though. Very patient play by Artor.
They almost got there before his level 6. If they got there before the level 6, could have been a kill, but instead we'll see Arteezy go aggressive.
Just see FY stacking the enemy jungle as well.
Yeah, that's
a little unusual.
Arteezy?
Moving in.
Aggressive.
They have found FY, a deep dive for him, and now the repel onto Arteezy. He will have a pounce available in about 10 seconds, but Dark Pack ready sooner, and FY will end up going down, just left for the Wolves. And it looks like they're going to stack it so that Yang can farm it. So,
sure.
They still get that economic advantage in terms of CS here, though. It does come at the cost of a hero in this case.
Yeah.
Not often you see a team stacking the enemy jungle for their bat when their tier 1s are still up. But
Yang is farmed. He has got 2.3k net worth, 1300 gold towards his Blink Dagger. This is fantastic farm for a Bat Rider to have in the off lane. And that's where this laning setup for EG was just, and the draft as a whole was kind of confusing, and you're kind of guessing, like, how are they going to lane this? They don't have any hero to zone the offlaner, and this is what happens when you can't zone the offlaner. Bat Rider at 7 minutes in is like 2/3 of the way to a Blink Dagger. Unfortunately, he misses a stack, but even so, this bat is very, very good.
Universe has made his way up towards top. They're now giving the lane to crit while they leave the Beastmaster in the jungle. Radiant Courier now going to respawn, and it's got a lot of work to do, this little Venom lane, as it will fly out. But the smoke gank descends on the top lane. The repel is there, but Universe already pulled up into the air. It's enough to keep him alive, that repel. Weren't able to latch on anyone in time. Nobody really low as far as Monty goes, as we will see End working towards his Battle Fury. Keeping eyes out for stacks. They've got a decent amount here. It looks like 3 double stacks overall guts.
Yep. The nice thing about this Jug pick is they will have a diffusal buyer to deal with the repel as well. Smoke towards the mid lane though. They aren't going to stop any of the stacks. It looks like they'd rather go for the kill on Ghost.
And they do have the roar, so this will be tough for the Juggernaut. Already Blade Fury committed, but his damage being stolen. Backup coming in the form of that Oracle. Not level 6 just yet, and not enough to save him.
See that Oracle TP, I'm like, if that's level 6 Oracle, like, that could just turn things, well, not turn around the kills, but save his life and waste EG's time.
Yeah, because you can
nice kill to get.
You can just Blade Fury and pop that Omni when the False Promise is about to wear off and really frustrate EG. But good rotation there by the Beastmaster of Universe, finally getting active. And it keeps the game still within striking distance for EG now. They would just love for this to be a quiet mid game so they can look to get their farm and levels onto these very farm and experience dependent, well, mainly experience dependent supports.
It's strange because like they want quiet and slow pace, but you're versing an anti-mage, and that's exactly what he wants as well. So we'll see how those two kind of play into each other. For now, Bat Rider, his Blink Dagger timing could be the go sign for Vici Gaming.
So it is a Diffusal Blaze rush. No drums for Ghost, not even an Aquila. Already he's grabbed the recipe.
Man, he needs to work on stacking this big cap. He's missed it twice in a row. Disappointing, LD. Disappointing.
It's a bit unfortunate.
I'm like the Asian parent who's just like, nope, you got an A-. Why isn't that an A+? Because he's played so ridiculously well this game. It's just like as far as his overall farm, but That's.
I mean, he would have the blink by now for sure. So it's a little thing, but it can make a difference. As then we'll jump forward, looking for Universe. Blink now complete. Still a very good timing. Where does he look to go? That is the question. Who are your eyes on right now if you're Batrider? Anyone in particular you're looking to kill?
Probably looking to pair up with Jug. Oh, okay. Oh, he guesses wrong with the Blade Fury.
I think he was also hoping Zai didn't have a pointed Sandstorm there, but this is a support Sand King. Now, Ghost trying to run away, and Zai is going to end up outplaying him in security kill. I'm pretty sure he's just banking on him not skilling Sandstorm there.
That's unfortunate for him, and a big kill to give away. DDC will TP out at bottom, but a bit sloppy from Ghost. I mean, we saw it kind of in the last game where he makes a mistake, but he comes back big, so he is one of those kind of risky all-in players. Lasso at top, though. Yang, he's found Universe, and with the Anti-Mage to back up this gank, it will be killing these stuff.
And to secure it, already has a completed Perseverance. Tower, though, bottom. It's going to end up going down now. So EG, they grab an objective. The first overall tower of the game.
Maybe a trade, though. Anti-Mage gets his top tower. That's practically his completed Battle Fury, and with the siege creep support, it may just be the tower going down.
Now the drum's up for Sumail to go with his Infuse Raindrop, so tanking up as much as possible on the Razor. What is Arteezy going to go for here? 2,500? Or Shadow Blade right away?
Yeah, I gotta imagine so. It's just your stable, strong item to get. The sneak potential, as well as just the fact that I can do decent damage and stats to go with it. But there we go, AM gets his tower, and that's 150 gold short of a Battle Fury now.
And he TP's away! Oh, that hurts for EG. What a time it would have been to kill him. Would have set that Battle Fury back a couple minutes.
FY's out of there. They see just a double stack, and it's like, is it even worth like just taking your time to steal? They may decide it is, but Anti-Mage, really safe play from him. Great map awareness, gets out.
And he does so at like the worst possible time for EG when they're like an inch away from killing him. But still, EG making aggressive maneuvers here as Arteezy debuts the Shadow Blade. Going deep into the enemy woods. Can he jump onto FY? Oh, he almost finds the time. He does get the pouch. The heal is there. The kill is secure. And that will also additionally ensure that they get this tier 1 unopposed in the top lane. Nice pick there by Arteezy.
Good first move, the Observer Ward to help provide the vision, but elsewhere on the map it's Vici Gaming taking a bottom tier 1 tower, so it's almost the same trade we saw just a minute ago where EG get the bottom tier 1, Vici get the top, AM then rotates bottom and makes the exact same trade. The Rubik kill, not really too big a deal. Rubik's level 6. He's the kind of sacrificial lamb that scouts out the Shadow Blade, so all in all, Vici Gaming's still in a great position just to play its land.
The centers, eye rolling in on mid. He does find the quick pick on FY. 2 deaths in a row. FY looking rather mortal. Not very godly at this stage. He had a great start. They have been shutting him down the stretch here as Vici Gaming look for a leap in, but who do you lasso here? If you don't lasso the beast, he roars you. You don't lasso someone else, they get healed and repelled by crit. You don't really want to go on Razor. Zai can burrow out. In the end, he says, I'm not going to lasso anyone.
It's the Observer Ward between the towers that set all that up for the initial kill, but gets taken out. So, again, it's Rubik dying to create some space for AM. It is his 4th death, so they are starting to add up a bit, but FY and Rubik, you know, he'll make some plays happen regardless of how underfarmed he is or underleveled. He's probably not too concerned about his own ability to impact this game, but the concern probably comes from Arteezy's Slack. Starting to add up, has been in 4 kills, will continue to just snowball around this map, and that's where you're going to be thinking, do we get an early gem? Yang has got
securing the kill in the end.
Sumail with the boots of travel rush. Hadn't seen that. I didn't pick. Immediately, VC Gaming to shove out the other two lanes, but Teezy's trying to punish this split push. He's rotating in on bottom, and with a TP support, he could try fight this one. Oh, he's been spotted. He gets pinged out, and his Shadow Blade did wear off, so...
And he knows there's a ward in the area if he's watching his Shadow Dance, so not going to try to move in any further. We'll back down for now, but this is buying time for Zai. Only 900 to go until that blink. And they are getting their levels. Crit, level 4 heal, level 3 repel. Could get the ultimate soon. The Beastmaster is level 2 ultimate, a gem, Necro 3 coming. Sand King
Crit
Blink's
bottom a gem. I love this. I love this play because you can find all the wards with the slack. Like Teezy was just pinging around where that ward was, and then they send the Hawk over, easy D ward, and this is just pure early mid game dominance style of play coming from EG. With the map control that this gem provides, not to mention the vision from the Hawks.
So where do Vici go from here? What do you reckon is next for them? Are they just farming the AM and playing for late game?
They want to farm the AM, but they can't just do that by playing ultra passive. They probably want to go for some smoke plays. Use like smoke pick off to create space is kind of the best idea for them, while N farms away on the anti-mage. But for now, it's Slack scouting them out, finding them on the map, and they perhaps need even a gem of their own just to help counter the vision that, I mean, look at EG's vision right now. They've got wards deep by the T2 mid tower, in the Dire jungle. The Slack shadow blading, scouting a lot out, so I think, just need a gem themselves.
They have a great hero to carry it in the form of the Bat Rider, and he does have the money for it should he choose to buy it. Already Blink Force picked up, but we'll see Arteezy just creeping in the mid lane, hoping to find a pickoff. Has the DD rune ready to go. Shadow Blade will wear off. AM just slicing and dicing a bit in the jungle.
They're just sitting on this mid observer ward right by their T2 tower. This has been such a value ward planted, and she came.
Have to move around elsewhere as Arteezy is going to run down Ghost. He found the Juggernaut. He's looking for a second. The heal bomb comes through. The lasso's there, but it's on a repelled Arteezy. Can they bring him down in time? It certainly doesn't look like it. Now on to Yang. The Oracle to keep him alive, but it's all falling apart for Vici now, and just hoping for a good Mana Void opportunity here. Blinking forward, Yang will end up surviving for the time being. The Oracle gets out, but Yang will fall in the end. And that will force N to just back away. Oh no, maybe not. He goes back in with the Mana Void. Then he gets roared. Say hello to the Necro Book and say goodbye to your life, my friend. 4-0. EG showing some flashes of brilliance here. And it all began with Arteezy and a DD rune.
Yeah, Arteezy, it's again it's similar to game one where it's like brilliance from individual players. Arteezy really steps it up there, gets a solo kill on the Jug. Jug gets pounced and immediately tries to blade through away, but Arteezy knows he's got the damage he needs. Even pops the Shadow Dance just for the movement speed to chase down and get the kill on the Jug, and there was nothing. Rubik's just sitting there like, I can't help you, I can't help you. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't see me as well, because if he sees me, we're both dead. And turns out he did see the Rubik, and they both go down. EG just making some great individual plays to get themselves back in this game, and then they turn those individual plays into towers, objectives, and that's when they come together as a team. So looking a lot better from EG here with their overall draft and play style here in game number 2.
They grab the Aegis, Arteezy scooping that up, so if you thought this Slark was hard to kill already, man, oh man, has he gotten a lot more difficult. Still no Basher on N. He looks like building towards the Vanguard, but still going to be a ways off until he's able to complete it. And that's if he doesn't go for something more defensive, like I don't know, a Lincoln Sphere potentially. But how do they deal with Slark at this point? That's quickly becoming the question of the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Slack the lockdown of a Basher is just going to be able to kill the Jug that much easier now. This Jug is looking very vulnerable and squishy. 1k HP, and I think the Diffusal Rush is a bit of a trap. The Repel isn't so much the problem, it's just surviving the initiation, the Blink Stun from the Sand King, the Roar, the Slack solo killing you. To do that, you just need HP and stats. Going for the Manta first perhaps would have been the better option.
Just see how much more confident EG are in their position. They're farming the enemy woods. They're holding mid lane with just a support duo, and Sumail quite
all the way to the tier 3 tower, and N's not done. He's pushing out the mid lane. Needs to be careful because Beastmaster is just behind him.
So it is going to be a Perseverance, and it looks like End will be going for a Linken's here.
Sure, it allows him to. This is a game where you can't really team fight. You want to play the split push game, and the Linken's provides that more so than like the Vanguard into Abyssal Blade. You're worried about getting caught out. You're not worried about the lack of damage. And that's where the Linken's can stop that Blink Roar, can stop a Blink Fire Strike. So I think the item, given the situation and position Vici Gaming are in, makes more sense than the Abyssal Blade.
Well, we have seen the Pounce stolen by FY. Not the Dream Rubik's ability. But
yeah,
it's something, I suppose, as Arteezy continues his relentless pursuit. Will he get the bash? Yes, he will. 3 hits, 1 bash. Oracle here to try and save Ghost, who will Blade Fury out of that Pounce, and then Ghost walking back in, commits to the Fusel Blade charge to try and make it up, but the Razor of Sumail arrives, tries to bring him down. The Healing Ward, enough FY pouncing out as Arteezy pounces in, and in the end, Arteezy, he forces a Diffusal charge. He walks away and he says, it's time to hit buildings, my friends. I've got an Aegis, a gem still as well. Very confident in this team.
Yeah, they have creeps in the mid lane too. I was like, oh, no backdoor protection, great. And with the creeps in the mid lane, they're just going to go for this Meter X, force the Anti-Mage to fight.
He is walking back down mid like he wants to. But already, Rags have fallen. The power of the Beastmaster. Linken's is now complete. Can they actually engage? I mean, still, my question is, who do you go on?
Not Arteezy, he's got the Aegis.
You kind of have to jump Universe or Zai, I feel like, else you just get Lord or Burrowed.
Yeah,
you can't ignore Omni. You don't want to lasso Razor, so I don't know who you go on, Gods.
Once the Aegis expires, you can get Arteezy playing too aggressive. That's always a consideration, but Arteezy's been on point without a death to his name yet this game.
His individual play, even as bad as Secret looked as a team and as his individual play was pretty much immaculate last TI. The one before it, you know, there were quite a few times where he got caught out, but yeah, it's really hard to fault how he played as an individual, and it seems like he is continuing that excellence here on the new EG. They now extend their lead to about 7,000 gold, 5,000 experience. A comfortable advantage here, leading 12-4 in a relatively quiet game.
So you're going to find 5-man group up in smoke. Arteezy not in there in time to scout this one out.
maybe can scout them on the way out. He's in the tree line, and he's going to break the smoke. Now looks to jump away, but the Manta's there. He will commit his ultimate. Very defensive play from the Slark. Doesn't try to just run away, courtesy of the Silver Edge. They chase, but they can't find him.
Someone had a gem, right? No gem. Oh, the bat really needed a gem. That's a Radiant gem.
That's the one that Crit bought earlier, right?
Yeah. If Batrider has he blinked on top of Arteezy when he came out of the Shadow Dance, but just didn't have detection for the Shadow Blade. Goes back to, I mean, you're behind, yes, and money's limited resource, but you've got to have a gem at this stage of the game on the Dire side. Otherwise, EG's just going to win by map control. And Sentries just, you end up spending so much money on Sentries, you may as well have a gem and go kind of all in.
I mean, they certainly have heroes who could have bought it. DDC went for an Aether Lens, FY went for his Tranquil Soul Rain earned energy booster into Aether Lens. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, FY does like to farm on supports, and sometimes it just wins them games, but this could be one where he lives to regret it.
Given how far behind they are right now, he's going to need to make some big plays in these team fights to negate that gold advantage that EG have.
It's just tough for Rubik when he gets caught by Slark. It's not like really a great escape plan unless you've stolen Burrow. And even then, if you get Batch, you're just dead anyway.
Bottle's a DD rune. I was about to say he left it there, but he picked it up in a bottle for a team fight. I like this play coming out from EG. He's going to go hunting a bit. Looking for kills. We'll be walking past a lot of sentries here, though, and yeah, he'll recognize himself getting scouted out by the ward.
I mean, they have had sentries, but like you said, it's just at that stage of the game where a sentry is not good enough. You have to have something more reliable.
In a team fight, those sentries can just get destroyed because Arteezy himself has a gem, so you need that guaranteed protection on your side.
Well, they repel Arteezy and they commence their siege. It's a slow counter push here by End, who was bought out for a Basher. There is no Aegis. This is a more aggressive maneuver by EG, but there is a double damage rune currently up at Arteezy. They still jump on him. They're going to try to focus him down. Can they finish him off? He's so low. He's not dead. The Omni Knight ult brings him back up into fighting shape. Zai goes in. He may end up paying for this with his life, but they get Arteezy out safely. They only lose the Sand King for it all.
They fucked up a bit there. They blinked in, the AM blinked in where he thought the lasso target was going to be, but he pulled him over the rack, so AM blinked in and manted and couldn't hit the Slark. Even just like 1 or 2 right clicks would have been enough to kill the Slark, but the coordination between AM and Bat just wasn't there when they initiated, and that cost them hard. That was a Slark kill that they miss out on.
It is you know, even though Vici hasn't really changed their roster all that much, the fact that they were switching roles so much in TI, and now they have added 1 new player, and End wasn't there, maybe you can point to that as part of the issue, but that's just a mistake you can't afford to be making when a Slark is this farmed and you finally have him where you want him.
Even just having a blink and getting a bash off or something, but yep, as it stands, Vici Gaming still, they're holding on, they haven't lost more than that top melee Rex. Looks like Arteezy Sniper Courier, he's thinking about it. It's really deep now, I'd say if he pops out, he could find himself without a TP and picked off, so. I like the discipline coming out from Arteezy. Every now and then, you get a bit too ahead of yourselves, and when you're the ones in this big lead, the death on the Slark could really swing things back the other way.
I feel like maybe the Arteezy of old would have gone for that, but he's a new man.
And again, the AM was such a good pick this game that Vici Gaming will still be in a decent fighting shape. The itemization from people like Sumail, though, very much geared towards being able to fight the AM, having the AC to amplify the physical damage.
They found DDC. Quick roar. See ya. Now Arteezy looking for more. Juggernaut illusions come out, but he still pursues the Burrow strike through just to set up into the Yule Scepter. Good catch there and goes through. Now Blade Fury tries to run, quickly gets the Abyssal controlled and dealt with. Now End even coming in on this one. Does drive Arteezy back for the moment. Still holding on to that Mono Void. This could be big if he gets it off. He will blink out. Now the pursuit onto Yang with the repel. He's very difficult to deal with. They throw Universe back courtesy of that Rubik lift. The self repel ain't gonna save you against the bash. And the EG find 4. And he just never had an opening for a killer Mono Void, and without one, it looks like we are going to game 3.
Great initiation from EG. They get the catch on Oracle, and all it takes is 1 hero to put out position, and Vici Gaming needs every spell and hero they can get when these team fights break out. Not having an Oracle means one of your initiators can't play aggressive because he doesn't have the false promise.
Well, there you have it. It's a pretty big Mono Void as EG take their hands off their keyboards. The GG already called. they will force it the distance. Good job salvaging the series. Well, it still felt like Vici had a good laning stage. It felt like they were very comfortable. It was just that mid-game execution where of the main event. Should you drop down to the bottom two of your group, you start in the lower bracket, and you've got a long, hard slog if you want to make it towards the grand finals. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Gods. We've only got one stream the rest of the day. We'll be back after this break for that Game 3. Stick around.
slow down, well, stop your pushes straight up from happening by giving EG a teamfight advantage, and that's something that VG Gaming want to try and prevent.
And that's where Vici felt the most comfortable in Game 1, was if they ever want to fight, they could just mow down like at least 1, if not 2 towers, or even a lane of racks. EG, again, the sniper ban. I mean, yeah, Vici didn't run it. I think it was 1 game at TI, but they really respect it a lot.
It must be something that they just feel is a good matchup mid against these ODs and Razors. I mean, it does have the range advantage. He's not worried about the static link. Isn't worried about the Astral because of his range as well. So it is a pretty good mid matchup in general there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Vici's also been showing it a lot in scrims on top of that. I don't know. Like, I've seen them against heroes like OD a bunch of times before where they didn't go for sniper. So historically, it's not been like, oh, sniper every time there's a strong mid 1v1 hero. But
absolutely. So
maybe EG knows something we don't.
Yeah, EG knows something we don't when it comes to sniper right now, perhaps, and how strong that hero might be.
I'm also sad because I want to see sniper. So
yeah,
he might be an annoying hero, but the voice acting alone, it just does it for me. It just hits me in the right spot. But Vici,
you hear that, ladies of Dota 2? Cosplay as sniper.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about, man. You can have your Lenas and your Crystal Maidens. I just want a little ho-ho-ha-ha in my life.
EG's turn to pick.
Oh yeah. So it's actually Vici who banned out the Terrorblade in the end here. EG having the first option to grab coming into this next phase of picks. Well, ban it out. Afraid EG might take it.
OD can clear the illusions pretty well. You get the extra range from the Hurricane Pike these days too on OD, so you're not too scared of it. And well, Beastmaster completely disappeared post-TI in all the tournaments I've been watching, but it would take Universe and EG to bring him back. They've always loved playing the Beastmaster.
So the Razor comes out again. I mean, you want to talk about OD, I wouldn't say counters, but heroes that can lane against him well. Razor is normally the go-to, more so than the Sniper. At least a safer pick in most teams' eyes, but not the best hero to roar, generally speaking. It's a bit off the wall for what we saw out of the Vici at TI anyway.
Yeah, this is not their comfort zone necessarily. This is not their standard kind of draft or play style, but they've been sent this direction by EG, taking some of the picks that I mentioned they wanted themselves.
And of course, a storyline we really haven't talked about too much, Gods, is yes, they're 5 superstars and individual talents, but it's really Crit not only stepping into PPD's roles, but captaining for the first time, period. Like, he's never captained before, he's never really been in charge of drafts or decision-making or shot-calling for a team, and you know, he's up against a very veteran squad here. FY's been doing it for a long time. Yang has been drafting for quite some time for Vici as well, and Crit looked pretty solid overall with the shot calling in Game 2. So I'm very curious to see his evolution moving forward, not just through this event, but in the lead up to the next major.
Yeah, and the drafts so far have been a bit off the walls, but you'd rather see a willingness from a captain and drafter to take some chances and pick something a bit different and weird, and then you can tone it back and find what works for you, rather than just copy other people. It suggests that Crit has his own ideas and beliefs about how he wants to play with this team, and he's confident to try new things. So the confidence is definitely there when it comes to EG with their drafts. Well, SD Luna, this is tried, tested, and proven to be pretty damn strong and hard to deal with in a lot of situations. So use those Luna illusions in the mid game just to push down towers, take objectives in very safe fashion.
And they pick the Undying, EG do, so they get some very annoying and strong lanes here with the Undying Oracle, strong laning supports. You've got the OD who's pretty independent, Beastmaster is flexible and can always go to the jungle even if he struggles in this laning stage. Looks like EG want to really take the fight to Vici early. Yeah,
Undying can apply a lot of pressure. Possibly, I'm wondering if EG are going to contest the offlane or do what they did last game. Yeah, you picked up Undying, but they could the Beastmaster's going to farm more in the jungle, and if they want, the Undying can pressure mid. Help the OD not get static link by just spamming decays on the Razor. There's other ways, and that seemed to work for them in Game 2. It's just going to be a question of whether or not EG feel the confidence to contest the VG Gaming safe lane, which is an SD Luna +1. That's, even with an Undying dual lane, I don't think they can win that lane unless they really outplay VG Gaming.
Any chance of a full offensive tri-lane from Vici, like a Nyx safe lane and then like a Luna Shadow Demon +1 going aggressive?
It's possible. I guess it depends what EG's last pick is, whether they feel it's a carry they want to shut down. If they pick something like a Slark, you may say, okay, Slark's weak in lane, let's contest his lane. But if EG pick up a strong tri-lane in hero, then I think you're less inclined to do that. And you need some kind of follow-up for the SD, like disruption, like you pick like a Mirana, so you've got disruption to arrow, or disruption to some kind of other stun, then yeah, that tri-lane gets very scary.
Well, about to find out what it's going to be. Evil Geniuses removing the axe with their final ban here. So it looks like VG Gaming, they're expecting VG Gaming, I should say, to go for a follow-up initiator. VG do ban the Slark. So probably, I guess, less likely they are considering that aggressive tri-lane. And now they'll work on their final pick.
Let's see what they have in mind. Guess we'll find out whether Nyx is a support or off lane. The EG Axe ban suggests uncertainty, but Ogre Shadow Demon, this is such a strong support duo. You throw in Bloodlust now on Luna and Razor. Ogre in the early game is just so potent as well. He's like the... In some ways, he's going to replace Undying as that full position support that just runs at people and is so tanky that he doesn't care. So I like the pick for VG Gaming. It fits their draft quite well.
Yeah, kind of the new Space Cow as well, except a little more reliable where it counts. Yeah, don't really need the multicast to have your impact. So what do EG want to do? Last time we did see the Beastmaster off in the jungle. So it looked like a much greedier opening than this game, but could turn out to be similar.
Some RTZ hero last. I don't see. I guess he could be the OD player, but OD to me is almost certainly the mid. So we'll find out the RTZ hero soon enough. PA.
PA it is. So maybe generally we've seen the PA mid, but that was with an IO. So yeah, Sumail on the OD, RTZ on the PA.
This game, PA's, like, again, decent matchup against these heroes like Luna, Drow, just because of the evasion, and these heroes don't like to build MKB, but the thing with Luna is you've got a lot of magic damage. PA will hits that peak when you've got Deso with the BKB. That's where PA is going to be very strong. But with that said, you're picking PA into a Razor, so you need to make sure Razor doesn't get off a big static link on PA. You've got to get 4 staffs, you've got to either burst down the Razor, you've got to find some way to make sure that Ghost doesn't find RTZ and just drain all his damage when a fight's going on.
PA is back. I'll tell you, we've seen 3 PAs today, is it, I think?
Yeah.
This hero is 50% PA pick rate. Who would have thought? Certainly not I.
5 seconds remaining.
But overall, guys, seeing both drafts now concluded, do you favor either draft? What are like the key things you're looking at? I'm just going to disconnect right away. This is ridiculous.
Very different, and it's kind of hard to evaluate these EG drafts since they are so different to what you typically see. But this one, I think the PA pick is kind of like we didn't have many options. They would have rather have had the Slark for RTZ, and PA does not match up particularly well against the Razor. You've got to get the BKB against the Luna because the evasion only helps you so much because Luna can do so much damage with an Eclipse. So I think the Luna versus PA matchup is fine for Luna. So I think all in all, the PA pick is not a bad pick by any means, but it was like a limited options kind of pick, and I give VG Gaming like a slight draft edge, but that's like 60-40 at most. So I think as far as how the game's going to go, EG have plenty of ways to outplay VG Gaming and make their draft work.
So there's going to be the offlane Nyx here. VG starting to congregate and again getting the D ward. This is 3 games in a row now. They will give it to Yang. So Nyx off to a better start here in the offlane. It's pretty unprecedented for a team to get de-warded before the rune spawns 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
VG just they have their vision game figured out. That is for damn sure.
Absolutely. And been playing together a bit more. They know exactly their early game movements, and it's paying off.
And going in pretty confident to move towards this rune. They are going to look to fight, but there are 3 heroes in position with the Force Slow. They can move after end, but Luna does have very good base movement speed, so we'll be able to make it out. In the end, they do get the double bounty rune, though.
Yeah, double bounty rune. It will be the dual lane. Universe not going for the Iron Talon in the jungle. He wants to contest this bottom lane, and immediately DDC sees this. He's already running bottom, and this has got to be the response. You see this Undying in the off lane. perhaps BG Gaming were expecting Beastmaster jungle and Undying to just help mid or try leech XP bottom, but with a dual lane, you need a tri lane. That's the only way you can win this bottom lane.
Yang gonna have to deal with the dual lane, but he does have that extra regen to work with, courtesy of the early D ward that he got, as well as being able to sit in the lane and CS so far. So it is going to be a 2v3 bottom, at least for the time being.
2v1 up top, Yang could be in trouble. Oh no, they're going to stop chasing him.
He's getting his experience here, though. Is this a lane where you see Nyx getting much done, or is he really going to struggle?
He should get XP. He's got Poor Man's Shield and Magic Stick, so he's got a lot of damage block as well as the stick charges heal him up. The bottom lane they've gone in.
Oh, that Ignite onto Zai, now giving him the club, but FY also in trouble. Decay will secure the kill. Zai with the first blood, likely going down through the tree line, but he is going to try to tango his way out. The pause comes through from Arteezy.
Interesting time for that.
No Lucent Beam yet. It's only a level 1 Luna. And she is being slowed by the board, also being hit by Universe. End's going to take a lot of damage here.
Zai's got Clarity's Tangos. He can juke for days. He's not slowed. He's actually faster than the Ogre. So,
alright, well, I'm going to try to reconnect again. Perfect World is cranky today, gods. A little cranky.
Make it snappy, LD. Some pause could happen.
Well, Arteezy disconnected, so I figure great time for me to abandon ship as well.
Oh, he reconnected.
Ah,
good. Phew!
Just in time.
Right. Yeah, End's in a tricky spot here. Universe on him with the boar, and he's going to try and kill off. No, he's going to run from the boar. Yeah. Zai actually coming back in and may try. Let's see. Is he going to go for the right clicks here? The decay's wearing off means he's going to lose some HP, and probably look for a suicide to rotate.
Well, seems polite. We've got an invisible static link going on in the mid lane. But, so in the end, this dual lane looking quite good. I guess the big question is, will Yang do well? Because in the mid lane, already EG off to a good start with Sumail sitting 7-1 to Ghost 7-2. So an even split there. The good news, I suppose, is the Luna is farming, despite the kill bottom, and at least getting a CS for now.
Yeah, Sumail going for the boots first just for this matchup. And often you see Razor get the boots first as well. Ghost perhaps not having played as much of this OD versus Razor matchup, but prioritizing the Wraith Band and won't have the boots up as early as he'd maybe like.
Nick's not an easy hero to force back, though, with the Poor Man's Shield picked up. Has chewed through 5 tangos, but he does have his Magic Stick now, at the very least.
I like the early Orb of Venom for Arteezy is good, because it's that little bit of extra damage to help zone him out with. Just means Yang has to be that little bit more careful when it comes to contesting the lane. But man, this bottom dual lane is looking so strong. And that Undying the death actually kind of helps him, because he comes back with full HP and mana. So he's strong now, and he's going on Zai. Oh, sorry, an FY.
Yeah, but at the same time, they are trying to turn this around onto Zai. They do have Ignite available. They're still holding onto it, but the poison stacking up. The Lucent Beam comes out, and they will manage to force back Universe and then turn around and kill off the Undying. Good teamwork there. And meanwhile, on the top lane, the chase goes on to Yang. Has the stick charges. He's trying to wait, but won't be able to get it off. He may have died anyway. EG still finding the trade. 2-1 the score now. And then mid, Zai immediately respawning and heading that way. Wants to secure this lane a bit. Courier coming through. Sumail will rotate over to the top rune. He's going to grab the bounty. You can see FY beginning the stacks a bit.
A bit too overconfident at that point. It's hard because you get that first blood and then you suicide and you're like, oh, I'm full HP and mana. Let's go back to the lane and wreck it. But once his spells wrong, he used Decay Soul Rip, and those spells with a decent cooldown, especially the Soul Rip at level 1, meant that it was pretty vulnerable with Beastmaster healing up. So it was kind of like a 1v3 scenario, and then it was just a bit of an overextension.
So they did grab a smoke here. Pretty early grab on crit. Where do you think he's headed? Is he ganking now?
Yeah, this is a strange time to go. Him and Undying aren't really the best ganking duo by any means, because they haven't got like a great stun or anything. I mean, the trap from the Fortune's End is alright, but perhaps waiting for the Beastmaster to hit level 6 and just preemptively picking it up. You want to buy that first smoke early because it resets the timer, because otherwise the timer doesn't go when you're on 3 smokes. So you want to make sure you buy that first smoke very early.
Ghost says, thank you very much for the plus 168 damage. I will use this to hit creeps. Undying, not really the best zoning support at this stage for a Razor. Already the level 3 static link. But Sumail just kind of calmly waits it out. So they have now left the Luna alone with all this movement around from the Undying. She's free farming and a decent amount ahead of the enemy Phantom Assassin. EG just parking 2 heroes behind the OD, I guess, hoping for Ghost to move in. They're going to set up with the Astral. There's no real way for DDC to save him. They can try to slow this down, but the Razor goes flat.
Yeah, nice setup, and they followed up well, and EG Gaming. Be careful, this Razor mid lane, very vulnerable. Not a hero you want to see falling behind, but he's going to get outmatched by Sumail after a kill like that. And EG Gaming do need to be careful. They're still getting a ton out of this Nyx in the off lane. Already over level 5. If he can hit a decent time on his arcane boots, he can get very active and help out a lot on the map.
It feels like EG's original lanes were going great, aside from that one slight overextension by Zion the Undying. I'm a little surprised they changed the lanes up. OD was tied with the Razor. They were getting kills top. They were winning bottom.
Top lane, they're trying to get another kill.
But now they've given a lot more weight to Vici.
Yeah, you die once you die at bottom lane, I guess Undying just lost his confidence in bottom and wanted to help out mid a bit. But finding a kill on Razor definitely makes the rotation at least worthwhile.
Movement onto FY now as the Universe starts to get to work with some auto attacks, but doesn't want to walk up that cliff against End, who is just now hitting level 6. Gotta watch out for that Eclipse counter gank, especially walking up hills at night.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So who's gonna move first, Gods?
Probably Nyx. Level 6 Nyx can move well. Doesn't have arcane boots, so we'll have some mana problems, but he can likely just head back to base, heal up. Problem is, it becomes kind of apparent if he's missing off the lane when he's level 6. Like, that's the first thing I see. He's like, okay, the second Nyx hits 6, you tell your team, and then you tell your team, okay, he's got no mana now, but if he goes missing, he might be healing to gank. So Yang, likely if he can like push out this lane at all or farm it under his tower and back off to heal, he'll try give the lane to a teammate so he can go get active. He doesn't want to just sit up here contesting the lane as a level 6 Nyx.
Stacking does continue bottom.
And Nyx is making the walk back home, so he's likely going to heal up, TP to a lane with Vendetta, and try find a kill. Sumail's the ideal target to get, if possible.
Sumail is playing rather aggressively mid, but he does have an Observer ward, so Vici going to pretty much have to smoke if they want to get on top of it.
They need to expect this rotation too. Like, Nyx has hit level 6, he's been missing off the map for a while. This is the kind of rotation you need to be ready for. And I think the fact Sumail there is like pushing out the lane with Astral really suggests he knows that what might be coming his way. But for now, Nyx will just return top. I think perhaps predicting this rotation mid to be too obvious, wants to just stay in this top lane, continue to leech what farm and XP he can.
Well, here comes the smoke. EG, they will be on the offense here. Universe marching in towards bottom. Zai, still no points on the Tombstone. He's gone for the 2-2 build thus far. And they are going to sweep around looking for the backstab. This is a hero they can kill off. The Luna gets caught out, but the disruption is available. FY trying to get it off. They'll let it go now. And then the question is, will End survive? Commits the Eclipse. Zai trying to back away. He gets melted. Universe in trouble to the poison. It's already level 3. 4 stacks. They get 2. Can they get crit as well? The Lucid Beam. They wipe out the 3-hero gank. They all survive it. It's up to Sumail to salvage, but he's locked into Ghost. Ghost was ready to counter gank this counter gank as well. And in the end, a 4-for-1 exchange. Oh, talk about a train wreck in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that was absolute disaster, and it wasn't even like a sick play or anything from Vici's side. It's saying EG almost had to see coming or have a plan for it. It's like, okay, we go get this Luna, but what happens if Luna gets disrupted? They ward Luna, but then didn't want to focus her because they knew if they focus her, she'd get disrupted, and it would be like they miss spells and don't get the damage off. So as a result, they roared the Luna and then kind of tried to kill the SD, but SD was in a good position and they couldn't bring down SD, so it was like a just panic moment from EG when they saw the SD there and they're like, crap, we've screwed up. We can't kill this Luna. We can't get this gank. What are we going to do? We're just going to die to the Eclipse.
I guess in retrospect, roaring the Shadow Demon may have been more advisable.
Yeah,
hindsight 2020.
It's still like Luna's going to get off the Eclipse, so you probably lose at least one anyways. But yeah, it would have been a whole lot better to roar someone else, or even wait for a creep wave to help you tank the Eclipse up.
And then just, it even gets worse because Sumail tries to come and help, and he was actually slightly ahead mid, but now Razor on top. Now that level 3 Shadow Poison is not something to trifle with. And now, in fact, it is level 4.
Gave some space to Nyx. They rotate Luna top. Nyx is going to scout with Vendetta, and this is scary proposition as Yang will find the Oracle.
Oh, they're going to find Crit. He's under-leveled, and he's easy prey. They get the kill. FY even committing the... sorry, the Demonic Purge there, but probably didn't need it to secure the kill.
It does guarantee the Impale to land. Sometimes you'll see a sidestep as you hit the Vendetta and you miss your Impale, so...
That's a good point.
Safety first, I guess, you know, when you're going for these ganks. Especially a gank that's trying to lead into a tower. You don't want to miss your spells and have it backfire.
They have been moving DDC around a lot to try and collect some experience in these side lanes. Want to get them as many levels as possible. And still threatening to move in top, all the while Arteezy, the pressure on the PA's lane is not being allowed to farm any longer.
It's tricky, and you even got Ghost pressuring deep in this mid lane with the Raw being kind of wasted. That
they have Demonic Purge.
They
know Sumail is a haste rune, but they can just remove it with ease. Disruption to start. The Purge is available. Sumail just not even bothering with it. He's trying to bait out that Purge, but the poison stacking up. He's going to have to use it. FY is ready, but the Oracle gets time to move into position and try and help 5 poison stacks. 6 poisons. FY just blows him up. Hey, caramba.
Got crit in the Roche pit as well. Great play coming out from VG Gaming.
Well, I think FY is having a very different game from that last one, guys.
5-1-3. Arcane earns 11 minutes in. Bloody hell, he's farmed. He's out farming his Nyx. You know, he's the same farm as Arteezy's PA. Arteezy hasn't even died. Arteezy's 62 CS, 0 deaths. He's farming well, but SD's just getting kills. And there's another kill. FY says kill secured. When a Shadow Demon has higher net worth than a PA, like I don't know what to say. It's not like Arteezy's done anything wrong this game. He's free farm for the most part. He's the second highest CS.
It does feel like this is what happens when you leave a Luna SD alone, though. They just farm so fast with the stacks.
Yeah.
My God. They're taking advantage. Well, gods, if you're EG right now, this looks pretty damn bad. You're now down about 6,000-7,000 gold, 3,000 experience. If you're crit, like, what are you planning to get back in the game? Well, FY doesn't want to leave any room for them to do that. He goes in again, setting up on to crit, and well, if you're crit, I guess you're just trying not to die, but strategically, like, how do they even recover from this?
They're going to use smoke ganks with the Raw, try to find pickoffs around the map to help PA, and even PA needs to get involved for those pickoffs, and then you hit a peak where you get Desolate, and then you hit your next peak when you get BKB. So they've got to reach these items.
Roar goes on to Yang here in the mid lane. The ODL follows up. They find FY as well. Yeah. Those are the kills they needed. They end his mega kill streak, or actually it was unstoppable, as he loses 600 gold in the death. Did not spend it either.
That's the kind of gold that kills you want to find. Unfortunately going not to the core heroes, but even so, they're still big kills nonetheless.
Right. Order has been restored to the universe. FY is now below Arteezy in net worth.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
It was pretty bad before then, though. Let's grab the Rain of Hell. So it looks like an Aether Lens likely underway. And EG, they're going to go back to basics here, grouping up with the Beastmaster, but no Necro 1 at this point. They did have it the previous game the Universe played it, and it looks like Vici want to take this fight, gods. Will they get there in time? Does EG come prepared with sentries? Don't see any right now.
Doesn't look like it. No sentries at all.
Oh, say goodbye to your crit. Gets caught out by the Vendetta. Easy stun into the Mana Burn. That'll be 1 down. Crit, assuming the Pylai die roll this game.
He was very slow to retreat, but that's one of those things where he's probably like calling the retreat, but then he's like, as a new captain, often you'll prioritize too much, like making the calls, making sure your team's making the right movements, then you're like, oh wait, my hero is actually still there, I didn't move back. And sometimes when you're like transitioning into captaining, you'll not make the same individual plays that you normally see from that player.
Definitely something they need to keep an eye on, though, is buying these sentry wards up against the Nyx. Unfortunately, Yang has eyes on late game here. He's got a Midas coming.
Yep. This is I think one of the best times seen on Nyx. But more important than the blink is because Nyx benefits so much from having all his spells maxed out. The stun duration of level 4 Carapace and the cooldown of level 4 Mana Burn. You really want to max every spell as soon as possible, so Midas is so good on this hero. And that's what I see Yang doing.
Yeah, not to
again
mention
on the move.
if you do get the money for that egg, it's a real game changer. Or can be.
The Mana Burn against OD is just a huge amount of damage, but it's such a risky build to go for max Mana Burn by level 10 with only 1 in Carapace. The max Carapace is like the safer, more stable build.
And that's where the levels really help. We did see that Mana Burn max first in the previous Nyx game, and it did end up backfiring quite a bit.
Yeah.
This guy is on the hunt.
Finds high. Back up.
He goes in.
He does. It's not here yet.
Oh, Yang says, I don't care. I got this one all on my own. Moving forward, but Zai will be able to get away courtesy of a dagger. Probably could have waited a bit longer, and the team might have enabled him to get that kill. Meanwhile, though, mid, Roar committed as DDC will end up dropping. There's your Aether Lens already for FY, and to go with it, the Midas on the Nyx, so still holding steady at around a 6,000 gold lead. This is before we really see that cheesy disruption into illusions hitting towers come into play.
The Universe has done a good job finding some key pickoffs and fights for his team. Being that mid-game space creator, and this is definitely one of his best heroes to do it on. He doesn't need too much farm, or he finds the farm in the jungle, then quickly finds kills while farming, and so far in this series at least, Beastmaster proving to be a key hero for him.
Great rune for the Nyx if he wants to grab it. Arcane rune bottom, but looks like they're going to leave it for Ghost. We'll just immediately activate it. Now Yang creeping forward. And the sentries are out in force now. He's going to walk right by one, but EG not really in any sort of mood to try and punish this. And speaking of farming, Arteezy has quietly managed to put together a Deso. Now he is very squishy, but this could be a big pickup for him if BG overextends.
It's a little harder to push. Just the dagger spam will get you low, and once you get, if you get crit once or twice, there we go. There's the crit. Suddenly you're down to half HP, and that's like you've got to reconsider this push. I say reconsider. They've got earned charges from all the kills FY is getting. They've got some heals. They've got sustain. That will at least help them out a little bit. But even so, Tier 2 tower not going to go down in large part because of the Desolator.
And all of a sudden, it's EG's turn to smoke straight to the Roche pit.
Could be. Not a bad idea with the Deso. Or, I mean, the better outcome is you get a kill into Roche, but that's the risky play. Straight Roche should go uncontested. And yeah, they're in the Roche pit. They want to get the Aegis.
A gutsy call here from Crit. It looks like it's going to pay off, guys. Vici are not aware. They're not in position. And if this were a head-on fight, I don't know if Vici could take it, but they won't have to fight head-on. Really nice maneuver there by the boys in blue.
Quick, decisive movement, no hesitation, and they get it.
The other big benefit to grabbing Desolator is Dota decides to shit the bed a little bit. But, all right. Nobody dies during the absolute madness. Perfect world, please.
Probably just see a bit more of a farming state now. VG Gaming have to be fighting into Aegis, which isn't the worst thing because it's a PA with 960 HP, so she is very squishy and can be bursted, but you've got a lot of magic damage between almost all your heroes dishing out magic damage in some form. So VG Gaming, yeah, they're actually going to smoke up. I think they say, look, EG maybe don't expect this, they've got Aegis, but we are very strong and can fight. And the really nice thing about having a boot to travel early on one hero is that hero can show on the map, farm a lane, and then TP in to the fight when it breaks out.
Oh, that's only if there's something to TP into, gods, and nothing quite there yet as they're going to find Zai in the jungle. Oracle ultimate committed very early here. The Eclipse Rains down is going to bring down Crit. It likely means the death of Zai as well, as it turns into a bit of a slideshow here, but they do bring down both supports, and now they look for a bit more. Roar comes out, but Arteezy getting nuked down, controlled, his own illusions turned against him. Is he going to end up dropping Crit by his own illusion and killed off as a result? Ghost has joined the fight, and he gets onto Sumail, forcing him back. Now the PA working on N, but he gets stunned.
Damage.
Ghost not with a ton of skull and damage, but he's running, and that damage won't help him on the retreat. 4 down. Arteezy looking to make it 5. It's about to be a full wipeout for VG Gaming, a bold move that does not pay off whatsoever. There goes their lead.
PA with Beastmaster is actually ridiculous. That attack speed, or I'm like watching a PA hit, I was like, how's PA hitting so fast with just phase boots and like not even with the Phantom Strike attack speed bonus. It's just the Beastmaster, or really boosting up the PA's damage output with this Desolator. And like you say, a bold move not paying off. They couldn't get the first kill before the False Promise came in, even though the Nyx did a good job finding Oracle and killing off Crit. Fight was lost once Beastmaster rocks up with the Necrobook, roars the Nyx, takes him out, and PA's second life was just used to great effect.
Starts to look a little bleaker for Vici Gaming now. So I guess the question is, given how that fight went, do they just farm up for late game? Do they try to slow things down here?
I mean, for EG, you want to at least wait the BKB now. You don't have the Aegis, which is what made you able to take that fight. But with a BKB Necro 3, they can look for their next fight. Smoke up, try find some pickoffs. They've got the Roar initiation. They've also got a Blink Dagger soon on Universe. So Blink Roar with the BKB timing from PA is likely to be their next big move. For Vici Gaming, though, I think they need to kind of take some time to just slow things down, farm a bit more, get Luna's Manta style, start using the disruption illusions to really push out these lanes into great effect, because they're just playing a bit too aggressive with VG ready to take that aggression on.
They do have quite good late game here for Vici with the Shadow Demon Luna combo. You've also got Bloodlust to further amp up that Luna. You did opt for a Midas on the Nyx, so and the BOTs on the Razor, so it doesn't really feel like Vici's all in on the mid game here by any means.
Yeah, they can slow it down and kind of transition more late game. Luna SD late
do not agree. They're like, okay, that didn't work. Let's just 5-man at them again. Nyx going in. He does manage to carapace the nuke from Sumail, but he whiffs the stun. The Astral will be available now if he wants to use it to get out safely. The Purge comes through. They throw so much at him. Now the self-disruption from the Astral Eclipse coming in will be enough to finish off Sumail most likely, but the False Promise again. It's on point. Crit making plays here. And even if they end up losing, the OD's always going to self-Astral and try and dodge that damage. And I think he does make it out until the Luna comes in, ends up finishing him off. Crit on the way out now. The stun again off the mark. Crit will end up falling, a bit discombobulated here from EG, and they won't end up getting any kills.
Arteezy's BKB, he just picked it up, but it's back at base, and he couldn't get. If they had the BKB there on PA, I think EG just go all in. They had the positioning advantage at some point where they were on the high ground above the Roshan pit, but VG Gaming, you're scared of fighting into them because of all the magic damage, and your PA could just instantly die and get blown up. So they didn't want to go in until they had the BKB. They kind of cut their losses a bit there, and if they'd just gotten that PA BKB out, that could have been a very different, favorable fight for EG.
VG Gaming, they love their smoke ganks. This time, it is the charm. They'll bring down the tower now. Do they quickly rotate top? Looks like they're going to TP Yang back, and he may be hunting for a gank here. Up to 2,400 gold.
Nothing there, though. So,
but won't find an opening, yeah, like you pointed out.
EG now, they get the gem. This is kind of a classic EG universe move. Gets his key items, and when EG's ready to fight and take control of the game, like the BKB on PA, this was the key item. They want to have the gem. That's where they wanted to deny all the map vision, and that smoke was very close to an observer ward, but looks like VG Gaming did not scout it out, or they're playing a bit too aggressive here at the top lane, likely to be caught.
And it's going for the TP out, and FY maybe also going to escape. I think that those illusions may have confused EG a little bit. They end up heading south instead, plunging towards the Vici base, but already Vici have all 5 heroes tucked away as the last man completes his journey back home. FY will make it out. So, where Vici were able to find a smoke gank, it seems EG likely not to be it, and in fact, Vici know where they are with that scan.
Both teams though know EG's ward scouted out VG Gaming pushing up, but doesn't look like EG can use their knowledge. Luna Illusion will try bait some spells, but you can always see which player owns the unit. So you see a little purple dot on your map, and you're like, wait, that's not FY playing Luna, so not a trick that should normally lead to baiting many spells.
Well, moment of pause and respite here for both teams. Arteezy taking this time to farm. Still yet to see him kick this BKB into action. And the next Roshan, potentially only a minute off here if it's the fastest possible respawn. I wonder, do we see another sneak by EG? Does Vici want to contest this time around, or do you feel like it's too risky to walk in the pit?
They've got the smoke, so I think with the smoke initiation, they definitely can. They've just got to kite the PA-BKB with, I guess, defensive disruptions. With the 4 stuff on the Ogre, they've really got to play around that BKB, and focus down the OD and the Oracle as early as possible.
Yeah,
or if you can, if you can kill Beastmaster before he roars and Necrobooks, it's a huge amount of damage taken out of the fight as well. So it kind of just depends on who's used their spells. Beastmaster kill is probably the biggest one you can get if he hasn't roared.
EG dancing around the neighborhood of the pit. Roshan clearly on the menu for them. But neither team finding the opening, so... And Trot's off the top, he's going to look to farm towards his own BKB here. About 2k ahead of the enemy Phantom Assassin. Not that much of a lead, all things considered. And as for Ghost, Yasha picked up, so... Manta likely coming next for him. Any other big items? Looks like Sumail got his Blink to go with his Hurricane Pike.
It doesn't look like
more
too
or less
much coming. Yep. And there'll be like a Vlad's purchase for Universe. I think recognizing that his team is kind of at a peak right now and they want to be as strong as possible for this Roshan. He wants to just get those cheap cost-effective items. Ghost bottom lane, Blink Raw, first down from Sumail, easy pickup.
Man, Beastmaster does so much damage. He just melted there. So EG find the kill, and with that, what do you know? Roshan is up. Easy Aegis for them.
A very timely pickoff and a bit of a kind of a rookie mistake in some ways. And I say rookie mistake because that is exactly what Ghost is. He's the new player on the scene and sometimes prone to making those silly mistakes that the more experienced veterans have fallen to. And this is a costly one. It leads to Roshan. Aegis now in OD, and EG can really play aggressive with the Aegis. We saw what they achieved last time, the full team wipe in their jungle with this. So EG are looking very strong with an Aegis on in their hands.
Last time they had an Aegis, they got a team wipe. Vici probably going to be a little more cautious this time around, as they will hand that Aegis off to the OD. Arteezy with the BKB now, very confident he can survive through these fights. And Vici, it seems overall, just playing the keep away game, at least for the moment.
Keep away game, the send Shadow Demon Illusions out kind of game. They do not really want to head on fight. Luna's gone for this BKB, which in some ways is a team fight item, but also really limits how much she can scale into the late game. So they have to be careful about fighting when this is not going to help against the PA so much. It's an item that OD can kind of look to counter by getting a Hex, so you can blink Hex before the BKB comes out. Things will start to look a bit dicey for Vici Gaming. Their high ground defense is always good. You've got Plasma Field, Nixu can kind of transition into an Aghanim Scepter, Shadow Poison, Luna Illusions with the Shadow Demon. So it is hard to end the game and push high ground as EG, but this is where EG are going to take control of the map. You've got 3 cores who are all farming well. You've got Map Vision with the Hawk. You're denying Map Vision with the Gem. So Vici Gaming will have to stick together as 5 while EG can kind of be a bit more efficient. They're already, you can see, kind of split around the map a bit more, farming more of the map.
Well, it looks like this one is going to go down the stretch a little bit, Gods. Are you favoring either team heading late?
Yeah, with given the current standings with the Aegis on the side of EG, the PA coming online, I do favor EG. They're actually down on overall net worth by a
Their supports are very poor.
Yeah. It's purely the supports. And Undying is support who does kind of fall off. The Soul Rip level 4 is a pretty big heal for a single target, but it's not an amazing support in the late game. Oracle is still amazing in the late game with the False Promise and the heals, but it is a small concern when Shadow Demon is great. He's going to stay farm, because he's going to farm with the Luna Illusions. Ogre stays great and relevant. He's got level 4 Bloodlust, so... I mean, Vici Gaming have 5 heroes that are more relevant, but EG's 3 are a very big 3. The Beastmaster with the 2 right-clicking carries with the attack speed aura is just so scary and potent. And that's where I think EG have a slight edge.
So we do see Sumail go for something a bit unorthodox here. He's picked up an Orkin Malevolence on the OD. Not a common grab, but I suppose silencing a Nyx or a Shadow Demon can be very game-changing here.
Yeah, he can blink on those 2 heroes, the Nyx especially, who's being very annoying some of the time, and it's a huge amount of intel. It's great attack speed. It's items that make you a scarier right clicker, so guess why not? Now it builds into the Bloodthorn, so it's even better late game because of the Bloodthorn upgrade.
Sumail will TP home. Only 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so Vici, they will have to sack a tier 2 for this. EG, definitely a great pushing lineup in their own right with the Deso and the Necrobook. But that is where it ends for them. They don't try to threaten high ground. They're content to go back to farming. Still an Abyssal Blade to complete on Arteezy. Whatever that next item is for Sumail, be it the Bloodthorn or back into a BKB. And Universe having now already completed the Vlads. Who knows what's next? Maybe Refresher, maybe it's AC. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep. Lots of possibilities. I like the Refresher always, but it's pretty open as far as what he feels his team is going to need. Right now, G just trying to get some more map control vision back up, but Zai in the mid lane, very close to a Nyx assassin.
See a dire scan, it just barely clips FY. He is the gem bearer, but that's all it finds for now. Yang just hanging out well past where that scan went.
They're ready to flank the mid lane. Sumail has got the Blink Orchid. There we go.
This could be, yeah, well,
not needed.
See ya, FY. Quick pick there. Nicely done by Sumail. All the while, kind of a futile attempt by Yang to find his own pick off. The only real hero he can solo is Crit, but Crit is nowhere to be found. He's back. Hey guys.
Wow. They knew who was there with the Dire Ward and Sentry, knew that he was nearby, and they're gonna catch him.
The range on that dagger. Oh, that hurts. Silence, and EG will make it too, so they bring down the Nyx. They also kill off the Shadow Demon, and it cost them nothing, really. Now BOTs for the Beastmaster. They continue to keep the pressure up on Vici, and they have just been clawing this game back to dead even. God's what was once a very large, like 7-8K gold lead at like 10 minutes is now about to be an EG game.
That was like nice baiting and acting really from Zai. Like, oh, I don't know you're there, Nick. I'll just keep farming this lane, and then suddenly his team come and he breaks the trees with the tomb. So lures him in, and like you say, EG have really clawed their way back in. They're going to take this last outer tower, even with the Aegis expiring. They'll still feel very confident about this, knowing that there's no Nyx assassin. And Vici Gaming, it's let's just kind of push out these side lanes as much as possible, expand the Luna illusions towards the mid lane, but these Luna illusions are not the most annoying thing to deal with when you've got an OD whose Arcane Orb does a decent amount of damage.
And generally with Luna, we do see Butterfly as one of the key items with all the illusions, but yeah, having gone for the early Orchid, maybe Sumail goes into a Bloodthorn and gives them a way to reliably focus them down. Or focus the Luna down, I should say. So, kind of an interesting twist on that Orchid pickup if he wants to go for it.
It's one of those things where if you want to try actually catch the Luna, you really need the Hex because she's just going to BKB off the Orchid or a lot of other spells. But if you get the Raw on Luna, then that's where the Bloodthorn really amps up the damage you're dealing to her.
Smoke gank from Vici. They're hunting and they could find two. The Blink Stun is there. They got Arteezy and they got Zai. Oh, that's big if they can kill him off. They do slam down the PA. Not even going to waste the BKB charge. Arteezy recognizing that was a lost fight. And
sick Impale.
That 2-hero Impale. That was really dirty.
I feel like Arteezy, when he's playing at his peak, he BKB dodges that, but just a tiny fraction too slow. If he BKBs instantly, TPs home, he can live there, but still, a great instant Blink stun from Yang. Like, he didn't even hesitate once he saw those heroes. He was in, and suddenly, PA's gonna have to buy back.
And he finds another. He isolates Crit, but they don't really have good long-range damage follow-up for this. As they get to work, the Luna Swarm has arrived, and Universe tries to deal with some of these illusions, but it's tough to get a full initiation off the Sumail. Goes to work, a couple of auto techs there, but a timely Ghost Scepter pop. Yang will disengage. They manage to force out the Undying buyback. They do not secure the PA buyback, though.
Well, this is where you could go back in and you know PA doesn't want to buy back, but they'll play it safe. They'll back off, send some more Luna illusions.
I mean, she has a Butterfly coming, so I think you gotta wait for that.
I don't know. Still, the OD Orchid is still a bit strange to me. Like, I get the idea; it's a lot of attack speed, intel, you get damage and all that from it, but it just doesn't help against the BKBs, and not just the BKBs, the Ghost Scepters. If you Orchid the Shadow Demon on Nyx, you can't actually attack them because of the Ghost Scepters. So it means you can initiate on someone like a Razor or whoever, and then silence the Shadow Demon to stop disruption. But you can't kill off the Silence Heroes because they have Ghost Scepters and BKBs, and that's just where the Hex is typically going to be a better item choice.
All right, guys, we are going to try a quick reconnect. It seems like the lag is stacking up. Just 2 minutes to go until Roshan, so probably not a big team fight about to happen.
You say that. 5-man smoke, here we go.
Uh-oh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, they even had
PG Gaming.
Yeah, the gem is up on Universe right now. He's kind of on the far side of the team, though. As Yang
he gets the Impale before the BKBs.
Are both teams seriously forming this close to each other? Ay. Who's going to get the initiation off here? Universe does have a roar ready, and they move in. The BKB was quick by Ghost, and he is able to survive a little bit. Sumail going to work now, but the Butterfly up on the Luna for the time being. Disrupted. Can BKB, can look for the Manta and try to turn this one around, but End getting focused down a bit. They turn with the Bouncing Glaive. RTZ does not have an MKB, but he gets the crit needed to secure the kill, and then turns back for a bit more. 3 have fallen. About to be a 4th. FY in a lot of trouble. FY down as well. A crucial takedown there. It's too much firepower, and looks like the evasion procs were not really with the Luna. See, he doesn't have a
This
blood
is where...
does he? No, not yet.
PA's just farmed enough that she can kill the Razor before the static link kicks in. Like, they get the Roar. Yeah, Razor got a really fast, well-reacted BKB off, but the physical damage from Beastmaster Roar with the PA
Radiant's middle tower
brings down the Razor, meaning no static link for Arteezy to worry about, and he just goes ham in that fight.
Oh, ham, he certainly went, and he's going even deeper. Gets multicasted, but Arteezy is quite confident. He's moving in very far. They didn't have the Demonic Purge for a couple of seconds there, and EG, they will continue their siege. They're waiting for a Luna buyback. Barring that, I think they do stick around here, gods. They look for this tower. If not another lane of Rex, they find the FY kill. That's FY dying back, I believe. He's out for a full minute, and that may be a full lane of Rex. On the back of it, with top lane also pushing, maybe EG even can go for 2. Luna will be up soon. There's the Blink Stun initiation, but Yang, he gets punished here. He goes splat. As Sumail lurches forward, he's got an ultimate ready to go as soon as these BKBs wear off. You better believe he's going to go back in. Roar has been committed, though. So
EG want to re-engage almost. It's 5v3. I'm a little surprised if they back off here. The Roar is on cooldown, though, having used that and still healing up as we speak. I guess they decide now is not the time to fight with Luna. BKB Butterfly, very strong. So, and hey, bigger objectives to take. Forget a range Rex, let's get Roshan.
Yeah, potentially that's the end of the game if they force the fight, but if Nyx buys back, could be a very different engagement. So, a safe move by EG to get the Aegis. And now they have a cheese as well. 4,300 gold up on your OD. To go with that, Arteezy, who already got a Diffusal Blade, now to another 3,000, so Abyssal likely coming soon. They're getting to critical mass here, gods.
Now Arteezy and Sumail can be happy. In the past, it's like, I want the Aegis, I want it. Like, Arteezy got the first, Sumail got the second, but now there's an Aegis and a cheese. They can share, have one each. And the 2 big playmakers for EG can...
And they have an Oracle, so
yeah.
They basically got another Aegis to work with as well. Yang trying to move in here. He wants to go. He carapaces onto Sumail. Again, carapacing that Astral Imprisonment on creeps to try to find fight openings, but Sumail has cheese now. This could get turned on real quickly. Arteezy popping his BKB, the disruption, try to stall it out, but still gets up that one auto tech, gets the kill, brings down Yang on the Nyx. No buyback for a full minute. Diffusal purging off the Ghost Scepter as they snare up 2. Ends in danger as well. Complete lag fest. The slideshow kicks into second gear, but through it all, Arteezy just keeps on diving in deeper and deeper. Even Oracle out now committed. Wants to finish off End. So Lucid Beam to slow him down, but from the rear comes Sumail, and with Arteezy at his side, they'll bring down 4. It's about to be a wipe, it looks like. It will be, and with that, GG. EG have salvaged the series. They come back from an 0-1 start and a poor beginning in game number 2, and they take that series 2-1 in the end.
That a lot goes back to that smoke into Roche. They just had picked up the Deso and PA. It was a 960 HP PA with Deso, and they say, let's get an Aegis because this is what a PA needs to have 2 lives. Otherwise, she's kind of useless with a Deso. And then VG Gaming smoke into the Dire jungle, take a fight 5v5 against the Aegis and get team wiped. That there was EG putting themselves, getting the BKB on PA, and from there they never looked back. The SD Luna wasn't enough for VG Gaming to take game 3.
Well, with that, Gods, EG are going to move on and play this new OG roster. We didn't get to personally watch the games, but it sounds like OG are looking very strong here. So we have our 2 winner bracket matches coming up now for Group A and B?
First, I believe MVP versus Newbee.
Okay.
Is that right? And then EG versus OG?
Yes,
perhaps?
I believe MVP did win.
Yeah, MVP won, so they're versing Newbee, and then EG versus OG to round off day 1. Those matches won't be played at the same time, though.
So, we'll take a look at the final scoreboard here while we chat a bit. But overall impressions out of the 4 teams we saw today on this stream, Gods, Newbee, Secret, Vici, and EG. Who impressed you the most?
I think all the teams looked fairly solid. Yeah, Secret lost, and people are going to be like, oh, Secret, the Secret 6 or 7.0 and still losing. But I think they played really solid Dota overall. Newbee have just been playing together longer with their new roster. They played a few online tournaments. Secret, again, puppy teams always take a month or 2 to kind of gel and figure out how they want to play. Very rarely do you see some of his new rosters work immediately. So I wouldn't get too concerned about Secret being in the lower bracket, even if this tournament doesn't go great for them. They're a team that is playing more for the long term. So I'd say all 3 of those Western teams have... Oh, well, I haven't seen OG, so I guess I'll get to see them later. But out of EG, Secret, both have looked good. Newbee looked really good. I feel probably the least convinced by Vici Gaming because both their losses against EG, I think they had maybe a slight drafting advantage, or even if not a drafting advantage, they had the early to mid-game edge, and then they kind of threw away a lead. So I think Vici Gaming, to me, have been the shakiest team that I've seen today in some ways.
All right, guys. Well, I believe it's what, 30 minutes here before the next series?
I think